Ukrainian drone struck major oil terminal, leaving fires in the southern Russian port city of Novorossiysk overnight on March 2. Telegram news channel Astro reported. The Sheskari's oil terminal in the port of Novorossiysk was struck, according to an analysis of eyewitness footage conducted by the outlet. According to the Russian Telegram channel Shot, dozens of powerful explosions were heard in the city. It is noted that unmanned boats are also attacking Novorossiysk from the sea. A fire was reported to have broken out in one of the areas as a result of the attacks. The Exile Nova Plus Telegram channel reports that major fire broke out at an oil terminal in a local port as a result of the strike. Ukrainian drones previously struck the oil terminal on November 14, sparking a large fire, Ukraine Security Service told following initial media reports and claims by local authorities. The site is a major oil export terminal that serves as the endpoint for pipelines run by Russia's state-run Transneft, the world's largest oil pipeline company. 4 residential buildings were reported damaged in the attack, Novorossiysk Mayor Andrey Kravchenko said, not mentioning the oil terminal. At the moment, damage is known to have occurred to 2 more apartment buildings and 5 houses. Fires broke out at 2 addresses and are being extinguished, Kravchenko later said. 3 people were injured in the drone attack, the Krasnodar Krai Operational Headquarters reported. Ukraine regularly strikes military infrastructure deep within Russia and occupied territories in an effort to diminish Moscow's fighting power as the Kremlin wages its war against Ukraine. Kyiv considers oil facilities to be valid military targets as they directly fund Russia's war. On February 28, an oil refinery in the village of Novominskaya in Russia's Krasnodar Net, no nam by Sabatsa Otsuda, Prilatela Vontuda, Vis Gorit, 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 E Mo. Ibet, Zadon Yusla, AJ, Vibala V Dom, Ona V Dom Vibala, Asidio Tine Zassel, GD Sam, GD Mezdu Domami Latit. Srazu. Emo, SAZ-A2, Cert. Vot A2 Da, A2 Posel, O, Opat Viziriv. A CTOZ Tam Vizirivetsa. Nisko Seba, Keiki Klubi Daima. Vot A2 Da. Vot O Popel. A vis v odnu taku. Vot blad. Ebat, bat terminator divijuhu organizaval, concrete no. Vot blad. Ebat patty terminator divijuhu organizaval, concrete nuu. Medics and soldiers from the 1st Separate Assault Regiment named, after Dmitry Kutubelo reported the use of narcotics by Russian troops. This is the first time the military has officially disclosed the discovered drugs. Ukrainian Armed Forces medics and the regiment's assault troopers described in detail the drugs found on the enemy and their effects, a media outlet says. Pervitin is one of the first amphetamines used by the Germans during World War II. It allows you to stay awake for days and feelings of fear and pain disappear, explained one of the doctors on camera. According to the military, Russian soldiers are using the drug Pervitin, which relieves fear, pain, and fatigue. Under its influence, they conduct assaults without responding to injuries. Medics say the drug is being found in large numbers during examination of captured and liquidated occupiers. A stormtrooper with the call sign noted that this stimulant had previously been used by German soldiers to suppress fear and combat sleep. He also noted that Russians take Pervitin voluntarily. Soldiers and medics from the 1st Separate Assault Regiment named after Dmitry Kutubelo officially confirmed the discovery of the drug. During the liquidation of Russian units, Ukrainian troops repeatedly found traces of the stimulant as well as syringes and pipettes. When you search everyone, you find syringes and pipettes, the military said in a statement, according to the defense. The effects of the drug are noticeable during so-called zombie assaults. Russian soldiers continue to advance even after being wounded. Ukrainian soldiers noted that such opponents can only be stopped with a well-aimed headshot. Oboz Revertal says. Media previously reported on how Russian invaders actively use opioids to improve their psychological state. This indicates that many of the occupiers are only able to cope with the realities of war through drug use. This was revealed in a video intercept published by the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. The main intelligence directorate noted that, apparently, the constant firepower of the Ukrainian defense forces, the catastrophic losses, the arbitrary action of commanders, and the complete lack of prospects for Russians can only be mitigated by drug use. Russian propaganda is no longer up to the task. Recall, drug use on the front line is widespread and growing. It usually starts with active or former drug users who are drafted into the army without proper medical screening and continue to find ways to support their addiction. Ignored and ostracized in some units, these soldiers quickly gain influence. In others, becoming the go-to contacts for those seeking rest and recreation. There are a number of reasons why soldiers on the front line turn to drugs. Some soldiers use drugs as a means of escapism. Some use them to get some rest after several sleepless nights under constant shelling. Others are simply bored. There are also those who use drugs to stay alert. You cannot close your eyes for even a second when the enemy is just few meters away. So second, the front line has become a profitable market for many people involved in the drug trade.